homicides for the 7th year in a row. The understaffed police department's asking for 100 federal officers there in that city to help patrol the streets. Gregory Pemberton, D.C. Police Union Chairman, is also a detective on the D.C. force. We appreciate you joining us here, sir, and I know you've had a big crime surge in D.C. It's not just there in Baltimore. Generally speaking, as we look at this, is the problem in Baltimore and cities like D.C. that there aren't enough police officers, or that the police officers are so scared of doing their job that the criminals know that and it's a free-for-all?
Well, thanks for having me, Leland. And it's a combination of all those things. The main problem is that if you look at these cities, whether it's D.C. or Baltimore, Chicago, Portland, Seattle, you can go on and on, they all have a problem where their city councils have passed legislation that takes away all of the responsible constitutional tools that police officers normally use to go out and keep this kind of violence in check. And officers, as you stated, not only are they prevented and handcuffed from doing their jobs out on the street, but like you said, they're also afraid to go out there and do that because they've created these systems that allow people to complain on police officers and have police officers investigated to the extent that they could lose their jobs, and they create liability that really threatens their livelihood.
The reason we have you on is the tweet we're going to put up right now, and this was sent by the union just after the shooting at Nationals Park. Welcome to Washington, D.C., where violent crime permeates everything. It is a tragedy that elected officials won't let us, meaning police, do our jobs. What was interesting to me is the shooting outside Nats Park. I believe it was a Saturday night. There were some shots fired. It was a drive-by shooting between some, shall we say, frequent flyers and well-known to the police department individuals. And yet, we had shootings in D.C. for years and for weeks. And how closely tied was your tweet to the location of this violence?
Well, I think you make a good point, because if you go just to the other side of the river here in D.C., to the less affluent areas, those neighborhoods look like war zones. And to go over there is frightening for some people. And that's where most of our police officers spend their time. That's where they spend most of their efforts trying to solve those crimes. But now that that crime is permeating more affluent areas of the city, up and down 14th Street or at the Nats Park baseball stadium, it seems to be getting the attention that it deserves finally. Yeah. And what we're saying is that this kind of violence is unchecked in any neighborhood in the city, and it's permeating all four corners, all four quadrants of the city. And until the city council starts to roll back some of these policies that they've put in place, we don't think it's going to get any better.
There was an irony in watching Twitter the night of the National shooting, because there were all these people who typically, shall we say, were not all that concerned with crime and much more concerned about the civil rights issues and police reform and calling police officers racist, who were suddenly just aghast at how there could be violence outside National Stadium and that something just must be done. Is it that simple to all of a sudden just say, do something?
No, I think you're right on top of it, Leland. And the problem is that when you take away the tools of police officers, they're not going to be able to stop this kind of violence. However, most of the people that are advocating for those tools to be taken away don't see the effects of this kind of violence because they don't live in those neighborhoods. But now that it's spilling out into their own neighborhoods, you see how quickly they change their position and how angry they get. And this is exactly what we're trying to say, is that all citizens of the District of Columbia deserve the same respect and the same safety and the same public safety that you have, whether you're going to the store, going to the bus stop, going to a baseball game. Nobody should be afraid of getting shot or stabbed or sexually assaulted, and that's what we're asking the city council to do, is to roll back some of these policies so that we can protect everybody and we can make the entire city safe.
Sadly, at least so far, it seems as though the people in the less affluent areas are still having a much harder time than even the nice areas that you talked about. The police chief, though, there says that not only in terms of the city council having issues with handcuffing police officers, the decriminalization of marijuana has played a big role. Take a listen.
When you have something where people get high reward, they can make a lot of money by selling illegal marijuana, and the risk is low, the risk for accountability is very low, that creates a very, 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 very bad situation, because those individuals get robbed, those individuals get shot at, those individuals get involved in disputes all across our city.
Seems like the solution is going to take a lot longer.
Yeah, and the chief is absolutely right. The city decriminalized marijuana about 3 or 4 years ago, and one of the things the police union said is, hey, that's fine, we don't have a problem with that, but you can't have the possession legal, but the sale of it illegal, because now there's no legal way for people to purchase this product. And so now what you have is you have people selling drugs illegally, and the way that illegal drug dealers protect their trade is through guns and violence. And I think he's absolutely right that there's a lot going on in that space, and that police need to get involved and legislators need to get involved, and we need to try to tamp that down. But again, going back to my original point, without the tools and without the number of police officers that we need in this city, I don't think you're going to see anything change anytime soon.
Yeah. It took a lot of courage for a police chief to call out the city council. They're the ones who hire him. He's not an elected official. Detective Pemberton, appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Leland, thank you so much.
All right. Check out this video. He's one of the most recognizable faces